Come to Strands of Beauty for experienced, trained braiders who specialize in protective styles such as tree braids, crochet braids, knotless, and more. Visit our website for current specials and book your appointment at www.strandsofbeauty.com. That is www.strandsofbeauty.com. Have questions? We love to answer them. Give us a call at 770-882-8156. If you're in Atlanta, Phoenix, Orlando, or Las Vegas, we do it right and not tight at Strands of Beauty.
I just want to say thank you to Food of Faith and Miss Tricia for preparing this wonderful meal for us.
Thanks, Food of Faith. Yeah, God bless Food of Faith.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Ms. Newman, how do you make such a positive impact in the community through Food of Faith?
I prefer to speak about those individuals that were unable to assist.
I understand. Elaborate.
There are so many people that are struggling and suffering right now. Amidst COVID-19, the homeless population has increased approximately 17% across the country.
I'm intrigued. Please tell me more.
Food of Faith is 100% hands-on.
Really?
All of the meals that are prepared in my kitchen.
I see. Where can I make a contribution?
You can go to our website, www.foodoffaith.net. Our social media platform is Facebook, and so it's the same thing, Food of Faith.
Right.
We can also be reached at 404-914-1675.
Ms. Newman, thank you for all you do and who you are.
You're welcome.
Get your tickets now for the season's hottest ticket, the Back to Life, Back to Reality Music Festival, June 19th at Paul Battle Arena in Tunica, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Back to Life Music Festival in Tunica, featuring live Drew Hill, Silk, J. Ira, Vito, Trina, Zai, and more. The Back to Life Music Festival in Tunica, June 19th. Get your tickets now at b2lb2r.com. That's b2lb2r.com. Get your tickets at b2lb2r.com. That's b2lb2r.com.
We are your choice for mental health services. We provide individual therapy, family therapy, assessments, depression counseling, anger management, and a host of other services. Our mission is to provide the standard and quality life in our communities by providing effective, affordable, comprehensive care to individuals and families impacted by addiction, mental health issues, and other problem behaviors. Our commitment to you: a professional, confidential, quality service to all those in need, regardless of race, color, ethnicity, gender, or religious background. Restoring the Spirit can be contacted at www.restoringthespirit.com, www.restoringthespirit.com. Our number is 678-604-7458. Again, that number is 678-604-7458. Restoring the Spirit.
You are now in tune to the coldest show on the radio, APz Mid-Morning Mimosa.
Thank you for keeping the lock right here, and welcome back to APz Mid-Morning Mimosa, the coldest show on the radio. It's currently 34 minutes after the hour. It's lunchtime, and what are you having for lunch? Give us a call, 765-450-9119. But in the meantime, in between time, Uncle Red, what it do, my friend? What you got?
You can follow your boy Uncle Red on social media platforms, Facebook, the Gram, or Twitter at UNCLEREDTWOGO at Uncle Red to go. Please give us a call, 765-450-9119. You know the numbers to Dial. This is our extension of the Battleground, where we talk about pertinent news in sport of all sorts. AP, that guy, bad and gal, Nunu. It's your boy, Uncle Red. I'll get things kicked off. Look, everyone knows that I'm an Ohio State fan.
Yes, and if they don't know, you're going to tell them.
When they do well, right, I talk about them. When they don't do so well,
yes,
we must also talk about them in the battleground.
You include them in your prayers at night, your prayers in the morning.
Wow, I can't.
And you do the Ohio State chant on your way into the station.
My beloved Ohio State Buckeyes.
I'm gonna need y'all to understand that God don't be right here answering those sports prayers.
Okay.
Yeah.
For you to pray for your team to win.
My. Stop hating back, girl.
You be in front of the TV talking about, look at God.
Shut that up, you see that little
Stop hating.
Talking about, he don't show up when you want him to, but he show up right on time.
Ohio State has banned a massage therapist for inappropriate behavior targeting the football team. A massage therapist has been barred from Ohio State's campus and from having any interaction with Ohio State athletic members after an independent investigation found she had engaged in inappropriate and exploitative behavior targeting members of the Buckeyes football team.
So she's the bad guy in the situation.
Yeah, so I'm going to get to that because...
We also disrespectful. Wow.
The investigation revealed that at some point in 2020, the massage therapist contacted committed recruits on National Signing Day, claiming to be a masseuse for the team. In total, 34 football players had knowledge of the massage therapist, with 20 receiving massages only, and 5 football players acknowledging during interviews that they had actually engaged in sexual activities with her. Oh boy.
Wow.
That back blew out to the happy endings.
The report states that this scheme took place from 2018 to 2021, mainly in off-campus housing or in hotels, but that no current or former staff members for the Ohio State football team were aware of the massage therapist or of her communication with the student athletes. The report also notes that there was no direct evidence of force or of sex with a minor, but that there was evidence of harassment.
Which I don't see what the problem is. It seemed like she knew the group of men that she wanted. She went after it, and they all had consensual sex. What's the big deal here? What's the issue?
Yeah, I think this whole Deshaun Watson situation has got everyone up in arms.
You can't even get a massage these days.
Nope.
And you can't even get an happy ending.
Man.
What a world we live in. What a world we
for real. Well, you can't even get a happy ending, and you know, a happy ending is what Jake Paul is seeking as well. But in the process of Jake Paul trying to get his happy ending with Floyd Mayweather, of course, we have none other than Tyrone Woodley. You know Tyrone Woodley, right?
That's right.
So Tyrone Woodley is coming out as calling Jake Paul a culture vulture. And he said, you know what, Jake Paul, I'll fight you right now. Say Jake Paul is a clout chaser going after easy fights to look cool. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that because I wouldn't necessarily call Floyd Mayweather an easy fight.
Right.
But nevertheless, Tyrone Woodley is saying that Jake Paul is clout chasing, going after easy fights to look cool. So say ex-UFC champ Tyrone Woodley, who tells TMZ Sports he's more than happy to put the YouTube star in his place with a violent, and he used the term violent, beatdown. Of course,
right.
The chosen one is super tight with Paul's most recent victim,
right.
Ben Askren, and even acted as his corner at the Triller Flight Club last month. Now that's Paul working on getting his next opponent. Woodley tells us he believes the guy's too scared to fight anyone he could actually lose to.
Wow.
Calling him a 24-year-old culture vulture.
Wow. Yeah, Tyron Woodley is a legend in mixed martial arts. He goes back to the early days of the UFC. He was a welterweight champion, and he defended that title 4 times before losing it. You know what? I agree with Tyron Woodley, because we're getting ready to talk about Jake Paul's brother, Logan. So talk about clout chasing. Logan Paul puts out a video where he beats the daylights out of 4 Gronkowski brothers, and his fans are saying that this is an epic video. Logan Paul dismantled the entire Gronkowski family in front of their dad, by the way, and the violence was all captured on video. As we previously reported, Logan invited Rob and his 4 brothers to a training session as he gears up for his big June 6 match against Floyd Mayweather. The brothers Glenn, Dan, Chris, and Gordy all agreed to take 1 round each, with Logan full speed, full strength, with Rob serving as the referee.
Go ahead and give it to us. Go ahead and say it. Let's go ahead and say it. Get it off your chest.
I do agree that these two seem to be cashing in as culture vultures, and I'm not sure that I blame them, because as you said before, both the Paul brothers are YouTube sensations, and I think they're thinking that they need to go in and cash in on this thing while they're hot, but now we've got to come back to reality. Okay? That's the entertainment part of it. But here's the reality of it. When you step into a ring with a caliber of fighter that Floyd Mayweather is, this is a different level of the game.
I think Mayweather gonna make them boys put some respect on the game.
Fighting an NFL tight end's brothers, 4 of his brothers, is not the same.
It's not the same.
They don't have the same level of discipline, and they certainly don't have the instincts that are going to prove worthy in preparing Logan Paul for this fight. I think he's doing himself a misjustice, because he could actually get hurt.
Yeah.
And you really need to be careful, because you really shouldn't be sparring like this close to a June 6th date with Money Mayweather.
Well, listen, that's what inexperience tells you to do, and he's only doing what his inexperience is telling him to do.
Right.
All right. And speaking of inexperience, Target is inexperienced as it pertains to the sports cards industry. Matter of fact, they're so inexperienced, they decide to call it quits. And I don't blame them. Listen, with sports cards being on the rise, people finding, Tom Brady cards with diamonds all in them. Now, the company said they will no longer sell popular baseball, football, basketball, hockey, and Pokemon cards in its establishment.
Right.
Now, this wouldn't typically seem like news, but the reason why this is newsworthy, they're claiming that they're no longer going to sell cards because it appears a drastic fight broke out outside of a Target in Brookfield, Wisconsin on May the 7th.
Wow.
I mean, this fight was ferocious. People were throwing hands to get their hands on some of these baseball, basketball, and Pokemon cards.
Wow.
This is crazy. I get it.
Yeah.
They're finding some $1 million cards, some $100,000 cards. I get it.
In Target.
Yeah. Exactly. We back in the day, we wasn't finding those type of cards in our Archer Flair or in our Wheaties packs, but these cards are going for a lot of money, and people are fighting over these cards as if it's Black Friday.
Well, sometimes Target needs to take some responsibility for this as well, because
you best believe
they obviously did a lot of promotion for this that would bring people out to be able to purchase these cards. So Target, bears some responsibility as well. You know what? That's going to wrap it up today in the Battleground. AP, that guy, Bad Girl Nunu, I appreciate you for joining us per usual. Wow.
You be welcome.
Bad Girl Nunu, it's all about you coming up. What you got coming up next?
Y'all already know I got that coffee or Corona I'm about to deliver to y'all today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, keep it locked.
You are now in tune to the coldest show on the radio. APz Mid-Morning Mimosa.
Okay, well, you need to put some nickel in.
I ain't coughed nothing else.
Mario up there.
Not that. Get the coffee.
Oh.
Mario feeling all great. I'm trying to get on my goddamn nerves.
You ain't cursed somebody else, did you? A little bit. So the fight is cool up at 11. Well, I'll tell you something. That happened to me once. no, you shouldn't have. Oh, well, I was gonna say you don't have to. You gotta go through Yo, big shouts out to everybody checking in on Facebook. I see you, Ed. What's going on? How you doing, my guy?
What up, Eddie? Are we live?
APz Mid-Morning Mimosa.
Thank you for keeping it locked right here. APz Mid-Morning Mimosa, the coldest show on the radio where we keep Donna Summers employed all day, every day.
Wow, you are so disrespectful with it.
Wow. Hold on. Thank you for keeping it locked right here. APz Mid-Morning Mimosa, where we keep Donna Summers employed all day long. Yeah.
Really, AP?
What's the problem?
Donna Summer's music is really not fitting for what we're about to discuss.
What are you saying?
I'm saying you need to get it right. Thank you. It's about time.
You know I like messing with you.
Y'all already know it's time for that coffee or Corona.
What you got?
Luna gonna be over here giving it to y'all straight, no chaser. So, the question of today is, if your man's mother swings on you, are you hitting her back? Or if your girl's mom swing on you, are you hitting her back or are you putting her in her place?
I'm punching her in the throat.
So guys, ladies and gentlemen, please remember to call us at 765-450-9119 if y'all want to go ahead and chime in on that there subject. Uncle Red, what you say? You got a problem with
you already know
your
what I'm
in-law?
gonna say. You already.
Red gonna punch you in the throat.
No. No, Kings. kings are to keep them hands to themselves.
Right.
That is not how we are supposed to communicate.
Your father-in-law.
We are supposed to communicate beginning with our thinking.
Your father-in-law is
ending with our
disrespectful.
mouths, and shouldn't go any further than that.
And he don't like you, Uncle Ray.
No. We keep it with the mother.
What you doing?
Keep it with
punching him in his throat?
No, keep it with the mother. I know what Uncle Red gonna do. See, he's trying to be all modest, and I agree with Uncle Red. A man is not to put his hand on a woman. Like that's not what we do.
But a woman can put her hands on another woman.
But what we gonna do is we gonna shake the sonic rings out her pocket.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Not the sonic ring.
We gonna shake the sonic ring.
You didn't say nothing about shaking them, giving them a real good shaking.
Wow. Or maybe running them over with your car.
Wow. See, now you talking about manslaughter.
Huh?
Wow.
Either way, somebody gonna go to jail.
You talking about manslaughter. Boy, listen, I would shake the spaghetti out of somebody's mama.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
you're just so aggressive, AP.
I shake the spaghetti out her pocket.
What does it take for you to get to that point? Like, what's the issue? Is it her just not liking you as her son-in-law, or does she have to continually come for you like on a regular basis? Like everything that happens, there's an issue, with AP. There's a problem.
Right.
She got a problem with everything that you do.
I mean, well, wisdom has taught me, and I'm gonna be a little philosophical on you guys. Wisdom has taught me that how a person feels about you. Hold on, yeah. Let me drop the music
Lower
for
the
this.
music, King.
How a person feel about you,
right?
It ain't none of your business.
Facts.
Wow.
Please believe me.
It ain't none of your business.
I agree.
How a person feel about you is none of your business. Now, I will tell you, I've been in a situation.
Yeah.
This is true story. I don't mind putting my business on Front Street. I've been in a situation where, not where I had to get physical, because like Uncle Red said, a man should never put his hands on a woman or anything like that.
Right.
But I did get in a situation where I felt like I wanted to come down with the people's elbow, with my son's grandmother, not my mom.
Right. People's elbow.
Yeah, boy, listen.
She got you real mad.
Man. And it takes a lot to get me there, and what got me there to the point where I felt like I didn't actually do it was, they was trying to play with my son when he was real young. I'm like, come on, man. No, we don't play the deadbeat dad over here.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to use that term.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, they tried it.
Yeah, they tried it. Play with something safe, don't play with me.
Did they ever try that again after
No,
that?
absolutely not. That's why my son lives with me. So yeah, play that deadbeat game somewhere else. Don't ever try to play that over here.
Well,
I hear you.
I am much the same. For me, being a Christian man, this is biblical for me.
Right.
And mother and father-in-laws know exactly what they need to do. It is chronicled quite extensively in Matthew, being one of the few places that you can look in the Bible.
Yeah.
And we're not to make enemies of individuals in our own households. We're taught that.
Yeah.
Right. So don't allow anything. Don't allow vitriol or hatred come from your mouth against family or friends.
Yeah.
So, mother-in-law. Listen. When a man takes a wife, right? A mother loses her son. She loses her son, right? But when a daughter takes a husband, right? She's a daughter forever.
Right.
Yeah.
You understand where I'm coming from with this?
Yeah.
And so a man's got to be able to lead his household, and mother-in-laws need to take a step back.
They do, but it's a lot of mother-in-laws out here that don't know how to do that because they don't have a life of their own, and they are always trying to hold on to their sons. Like, your son can't be your man or anything else for that matter at all.
Well, here's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Stop running up in the church looking for answers when it's right there in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay. See, we have a habit of doing this where we know what the Bible says.
Yeah.
We know what the principles of Christianity are, and I'm just speaking from, again, I'm only speaking from a Christian man perspective.
Absolutely.
Okay. We know what we're supposed to do.
What? Yeah, for real.
We know what we're supposed to do. Why do I have to keep informing you of this over and over and over again?
Yeah.
What are y'all doing in Bible study?
Miserable.
What's happening? Why aren't you able to execute on your journey to salvation?
Yeah. Oh.
So that would be my question for any man or woman who's impeding another's relationship, or if there's hatred coming from their mouths towards another human being.
Yeah,
my
hatred.
question is, why do you insist on doing such things? Why do you insist on doing this?
Why are you so hateful?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, for real. Oh, well.
That's right. And listen, at the end of the day, if your mother-in-law giving you a hard time, I don't recommend hitting her.
Right?
But you can.
I know what the Bible says about me. I'm to honor my mother and father.
Not push it.
But I'm a grown man.
Right?
Push it real good. Keep it like right here to the coldest show. Coldest. Okay, didn't get my song together.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Big shouts out to everybody checking in on social media. We see you. You're trying to whisper, but we're live.
To trust his judgment. If you don't trust your son's judgment, you're not honoring him. Thus, he can't honor you. So if you can't hold your tongue, or if you can't watch your behavior, then take 2 steps all the way back. For real. You can't.
I think as a parent, and all of us are parents, but especially with mothers, it doesn't matter how old a child gets, especially her son. I just think mothers have a hard time letting their sons go, period. Regardless. Yeah.
Yeah, so right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it is about control. And you can't, as you said before, I agree with you when you say that a man chooses a woman. And so I just take it a step further in that I'm getting my guidance from God. So it's actually God that's choosing the woman on my behalf, right? And so you can't argue with the Creator. That's what we got to tell mothers and fathers and parents and folks that want to try to be controlling and be involved in their children's relationships in such a way where it's harmful. You know what I mean? That's unhealthy, just from top to bottom. And you can't control someone else's life. You just simply can't. Now, while you're in the pursuit of controlling someone else's life, guess what's happened? You lost control of your own life. You lost track of your own spiritual journey. You so focused on someone else that you lost track on what you're supposed to be doing for your own salvation. You're the one that's responsible for your own salvation, no one else. from God's mouth to your ears and vice versa. That's how it works. You're not involved in the process for someone else as heavily as that you may believe. And oh, by the way, times have changed. Parents aren't out here selecting their mates for their children anymore. That's a ritual that is antiquated. You can't choose the individual that you may like, right? What if your child doesn't like that person? So, sometimes, parents have really sometimes it's just got to be hands off. Your protective nature comes off as being controlling. It really does. And it really, sometimes it puts a stop sign up. Puts a stop sign up. Anyway, yeah. I mean, me and my mother-in-law didn't get off to the greatest of starts. You know what I mean? And I'm going to pray for her. She is not doing well, and I want to pray for my mother-in-law, as I do every morning, but I want to say a special prayer for her. Get all these prayer warriors out from the mother-in-law. She's not feeling so well, and so there's a lot going on, but we didn't have the greatest of relationships when we first started, but once we had an opportunity to be with each other outside of the larger family group and just kind of focus on a mother-in-law and son-in-law relationship where it was just us two, we came to some common ground, and I'm thankful for that. I really am. I'm thankful for that. Because the last thing you want to have happen is that you've introduced more negativity into your relationship. So you just got one more thing that you have to worry about. And again, when you're focused on those external factors, you lose sight of the immediate relationship itself. Okay, I should probably, I am not a pastor. I had once aspired to be, actually twice. I had aspired to be twice and didn't finish seminary either time. But I had aspired to be as such. But, this is, I'm just bending to God's will. And he's put me in a place where I need to be, not where I wanted to be. So I roll with it. But I am a very spiritual person. I would not say overly religious, but certainly very, very, very spiritual in nature. And let me tell you, there is a difference. There is a big difference. I grew up in the church. I grew up in the United Methodist Church, and I professed to God's love at a very, very early age. And where you can go, a good place when we're talking about just, I'm talking about the men, right? I am a believer that men are to lead their households, and so if you know where to go to look and see it for yourself, you'll say, okay, this is how I'm supposed to conduct myself. Okay, so this is in Ephesians. It's in the 5th chapter. It's verses 25 through 33, and it is very specific about what husbands, and in this case, what we should kind of extrapolate from that is that it's not just the term husband, but this is really for all men in their relationships, right, with women. Verse 25 simply just says, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Now that is a lot right there. I don't really even need to continue after that point. So for those of you who are religious or spiritual and you read the Bible and you have an understanding of the immense, and I mean the immense power of God, a benevolent being, an omnipotent being, okay? So if husbands, in this case I said husbands, men, you're to love your wife as Christ loved the church and gave himself up. It means there was a sacrifice, the ultimate sacrifice, right? So you are to make the ultimate sacrifice in your relationships. It's telling you who you're to turn your attention to. Your wife, your spouse, your significant other. It doesn't say mother-in-law. Doesn't say husbands or men love your significant other. It doesn't say men love your mama. Men love your mother-in-law. Men love you. It doesn't say that. It says husbands love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Very simple. Now, if you mother and father-in-laws can't get that, then that's on you. It's on you. You've decided that you want to engage in what is also described, I'll think about that later. The term is used in the Bible is quote-unquote busybody. If you choose to be a busybody, see, now that's a choice you've made. You just heard it. You know what your son is supposed to do. And if you continue to try to be controlling, and that's what you're trying, it really, try is the optimum word in that sentence. You're trying to be controlling, knowing full well that you're not in control. See, this is where it goes left. And this is why they didn't want to probably see me in a pulpit. Because when you was to come up in my church, I'm going to keep it real. It's going to be like Bad Girl Nunu. It's going to be keeping it all the way real. And you probably wouldn't want to come back. And for that, I would be sorry. Because for the clergy in this country, for those people of the cloth, pastors, preachers, bishops, what have you, ministers, what have you, reverends, there's one objective, and that's to help lead others to salvation. That's it. The job description ends right there. It doesn't go on to say, talk about other people, talk about other churches, close the Bible, and then just start talking off the top of your head. It doesn't say leave the church, right, and then go back to backsliding, as if nobody's paying attention, as if you didn't know that the Creator already knows what you're doing, when you're gonna do it. I mean, this is insanity. This is the height of insanity. The height of insanity is doing something the same way over and over and over and over and over and over again, expecting different results. I mean, my goodness. So maybe it was prudent that God had not intended me to be in a church behind a pulpit, and he wanted this avenue, because I would go off on y'all. I really would. I'd go off on you. And I say, now, let's get back to task. Let's get back on task, which is your salvation. Let's get back to that. So you can put your fancy hats on. You can put your fancy dresses, fancy shoes, fancy suits, and you can march right up on in church, and you can open your Bible per usual. You can even read the scriptures. You can nod your head in acknowledgement. And then the moment that you walk up out that church, you start going back to being whoever it was that you were before you walked in there. Now this is crazy.
Styles such as tree braids, crochet braids, knotless, and more. Visit our website for current specials and book your appointment at www.strandsofbeauty.com. That is www.strandsofbeauty.com. Have questions? We'd love to answer them. Give us a call at 770-882-8156. If you're in Atlanta, Phoenix, Orlando, or Las Vegas, we do it right and not tight at Strands of Beauty.
I just want to say thank you to Food of Faith and Miss Tricia for preparing this wonderful meal for us.
Thanks, Food of Faith. God bless Food of Faith.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Miss Newman, how do you make such a positive impact in the community through Food of Faith?
I prefer to speak about those individuals that were unable to assist.
I understand. Elaborate.
There are so many people that are struggling and suffering right now. Amidst COVID-19, the homeless population has increased approximately 17% across the country.
I'm intrigued. Please tell me more.
Food of Faith is 100% hands-on.
Really?
All of the meals that are prepared in my kitchen.
I see. Where can I make a contribution?
You can go to our website, www.foodoffaith.net. Our social media platform is Facebook, and so it's the same thing, Food of Faith.
Right.
We can also be reached at 404-914-1675.
Ms. Newman, thank you for all you do and who you are.
You're welcome.
Get your tickets now for the season's hottest ticket, the Back to Life, Back to Reality Music Festival, June 19th at Paul Battle Arena in Tunica, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Back to Life Music Festival in Tunica, featuring live Drew Hill, Silk, J. Ira, Vito, Trina, Zai, and more. The Back to Life Music Festival in Tunica, June 19th. Get your tickets now at B2LB2R.com. That's B2LB2R.com. Get your tickets at B2LB2R.com. That's B2LB2R.com.
We are your choice for mental health services. We provide individual therapy, family therapy, assessments, depression counseling, anger management, and a host of other services. Our mission is to provide the standard and quality life in our communities by providing effective, affordable, comprehensive care to individuals and families impacted by addiction, mental health issues, and other problem behaviors. Our commitment to you: a professional, confidential, quality service to all those in need, regardless of race, color, ethnicity, gender, or religious background. Restoring the Spirit can be contacted at www.restoringthespirit.com, www.restoringthespirit.com. Our number is 678-604-7458. Again, that number is 678-604-7458. Restoring the Spirit.
What up? It's your boy, KZ.
Snoop Dogg, greatest rapper of all time. This is DMX. Y'all gon' make me.
You are now in tune to the coldest show on the radio, APz Mid-Morning Mimosa.
Okay, yeah.
You are now in tune to the coldest show on the radio, APz Mid-Morning Mimosa.
Thank you for keeping it locked. APz Mid-Morning Mimosa, the coldest show on the radio with the coldest co-host in the game. It's currently 29 minutes after the hour. It's lunchtime. I'm hungry. You hungry. You hungry. What's for lunch, Uncle Red?
Oh, it's a wrap for me.
I know. What
Man,
you
I
got?
have no idea. I don't even know what I have a taste for right now.
I can't take it no more.
Wow.
Boy, y'all sound like y'all about to disappear out there.
We are. Like literally. Yeah.
You know who else is starving? Listen, I just spoke with my mom moments ago. She is stuck in the airport for the next 5 hours.
Wow.
She was like, son.
Poor dear, you better send us
hungry.
Send us some Uber Eats or something.
I was like, Ma, you packed some ramen?
Not ramen. Oh wow, he's so disrespectful.
Wow. I mean, listen, ain't too much I could do for you.
That's a long time. She's gonna have to go back outside and see if she can find some foods from somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know what she gonna do.
Poor dear.
Oh man.
Yeah. Come on.
Mom, you hungry?
Wow.
Wow, AP, I would not like to be your child.
Hey, listen, she'll be all right. She'll survive.
Yeah, you should call and check on her
I did.
again.
I just spoke with
her. I know, but again, we'll be fine.
You know, when you're in the airport, there's really not too much maneuvering you can do. For whatever reason, she doesn't want to go through security quite yet because she's waiting on someone to pick her up. And if you go through security, then, you know, it's pretty much a wrap.
Wow.
Because she doesn't want to stay in the airport for 5 hours.
Yeah.
So it's like decision. Do you want to eat?
Wow.
Or do you want to get picked? You want to get picked up? You got to pick your struggle, Mom. Pick your struggle. But nevertheless, really, what it do?
So yeah, and we were on today's Coffee Corona.
Shouts out to Mama Payne.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out
in the
to
airport
Mama Payne.
in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Wow. We were talking about, whether or not you would throw hands with your mother-in-law or almost mother-in-law if she had an issue with you and was being disrespectful and come on a regular basis.
No.
So we came to the conclusion that we would do as grown people do.
And that's shake the spaghetti out her pocket.
Wow.
And that's punch in the back of her throat.
Wow. Oh my God.
No, and Uncle Red said that Uncle Red actually gave a lot of really good advice. So we thank you for that, Uncle Red. I would say though that at the end of the day, it's up to the adults to decide how they handle their relationship. Are you going to allow someone to continue disrespecting your spouse, significant other, partner or wife, whatever you want to call them, whatever they are to you? And the answer to that should be no. So you just have to, just keep lines of communication open, and also be respectful to your partner, because at the end of the day, that's who you live with.
Right.
You don't live with your parents.
That's right.
And all of that. You don't pay bills with your parents.
That's right.
And you don't, you're not physically intimate with your parents. We hope you're not.
Wow.
That's the only reason why you should be bowing down to your parents as a grown person, is if you got some other issues going on.
Wow.
It is what it is.
And then we talked about that. We talked about personal responsibility, and that personal responsibility goes both ways.
Yeah.
Now, mother-in-law and father-in-law have to behave as well.
Absolutely.
So there's a responsibility there for them to change their behavior.
Definitely.
Life is about choices, right? And be careful about how you go about making decisions, right, on how you're going to approach someone.
Yeah, you got to be respectful.
Yes.
And men as well as women, and I'll say this for the women too, because a lot of women are still walking around here as daddy's little girls. You can't allow your dad to, be trying to run your household either, ladies.
That's right.
And men, you can't allow your mothers to try to run your household. You have to stand up for your partner and be the king of your ship and handle your business. It's just that simple. It's simple, really, if you think about it.
The relationship is going to go the way that it's intended to go. It doesn't matter whether there's external, people believe that they can do things to affect your relationship. They can't.
They can only do what you allow them to do. So if you're going to allow your mama to be a hot-ass mess, excuse my language, if I'm allowing my mama, my daddy, to be a hot mess and act like he can run my household and run around my house and do what he wants to do, then that's what it's going to be. I mean, you a man, you still a little boy. You know what I'm saying? Are you a grown woman, or are you still daddy's little girl? Make up your mind. But that's the end of that. You got to figure it out.
And at the end of the day, if shaking the spaghetti and the coins out your mother-in-law pocket don't work, just do what Shawty says.
Wow.
Just smile. Happy birthday, Shawty.
We love you, Shanice.
Yo, I can't believe it. She turned 48 years old today. Happy birthday.
I went to school with her. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She went to Clark, Atlanta. It's crazy. I went to school with Webster, too.
Wow.
Believe it or not. I had classes with Webster.
Oh, that's nuts. I used to love Webster.
Was he funny in school? Do you remember?
Man, he was super duper to himself.
Really?
Yeah, he was kind of...
So, looking back on it, do you see how he became famous? Other than his height?
Wow.
Like, did he have star quality that you saw in school?
You know what, man? Sometimes when they have a background, like I don't really know his background.
Yeah.
But if you grow up in LA, or your parents are involved in the business, or
No, I'm just saying, looking at him as a person, did anything stand out about him?
Other than his height?
Yeah.
He was extremely funny.
That's what I asked. Was he really funny?
He was extremely funny, but it was only in small doses.
Wow.
It wasn't, because I think he realized that going into a class at a historically black college and clout chasing was not a good idea.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of funny people here.
There's a lot of funny people here.
You might get jailed. You might get taken out.
Yeah, dude. And you're like, I don't know, 3'2". I don't know.
But believe it or not, when I was in high school, one of the guys I went to school with, you could Google him. His name is Naeem Lynn.
Okay.
Naeem Lynn. Now he's currently a PCB, which is a plastic cup, one of Kevin Hart plastic cup boys. We went to high school together, and he also plays in the new Tyler Perry series. I can't think of the name of it. It's not House of it's the new one, like the latest one that they came out with.
Yeah, dude,
I don't know, but he plays in that in that series as well. And he did a couple of episodes of Shameless,
right,
on Showtime.
Yeah.
And growing up and going to high school with him, he was extremely funny.
Right.
Like, I mean, like knee slapping funny.
Right. Yeah.
Like this guy is hilarious.
I'm trying to think of also a similar. We didn't go to the same high school, but he went to a Christian academy.
Okay.
And I went to a public school, but I grew up with Al Shearer, and I guess
who's that?
Al Shearer is, remember, he was you remember Hits on the Street on BET?
Why does that? Let me Google it. That sounds very familiar.
Yeah, he used to like go around and do
with the microphone and all that.
Yeah, just clown around, and he was also in that movie about Western Texas being the first college basketball team to start to win a national championship with 5 black players. So he was in that movie. So yeah, man, I went to high school with Al, and we used to hook up a lot, especially when I was stationed in the Army. I was stationed in near Baltimore, Maryland, in the Army, and he was obviously doing Hits on the Street down there at BET, and the BET headquarters were in DC back in those days.
Okay.
So I would always see him, Howard Homecoming, things like that. So big ups to my guy Al Shearer. We're both from Dayton, Ohio. So let's see who else. That was it. I'm sure there was more. There was more. Had a bunch of bras over at Morehouse. Bunch of the queens over at Spelman. So out of all those people, I'm sure people have done some amazing things for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway. One thing I used to keep up on Facebook was the birthdays. I lost track of just wishing people happy birthday. I used to be real good with that, but I stink at it right now. Shout out to my cousin.
Running away with me. Probably. Yeah, probably. More than likely. Yeah, it's gonna be later tonight.
Oh, wow.
11 tonight.
Wow. Man, if I had to do this on air, we don't have enough time. So I apologize for doing these kinds of things during the break, but one of my childhood friends that I grew up with in the neighborhood, his son had 11 seizures. 11.
Wow.
And he's on life support right now in the hospital, so prayers out to him. Wow. So do y'all know now? Y'all know why I come up in here and I be smiling and I'll be on cloud 9. I'll be out in the solar system because, man, I am so grateful and I am so happy that to wake up. Good Lord,
man. We got to talk about Jaden Smith, you guys.
Oh boy.
No, this is good, man.
Okay.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Ooh, May 13th was a big day. Not sure. Didn't you say that was a whack birthdays yesterday? Was it whack birthdays?
Not yesterday.
Yesterday?
It was like a couple days ago.
Oh, man. May 13th was a big day.
Yeah. Stevie Wonder birthday was yesterday, remember?
That's right.
So dig this. Jaden Smith is opening a restaurant that will give free meals to homeless people.
Nice.
The establishment is named after Jaden's I Love You food truck.
Wow.
So I guess the restaurant is going to be called I Love You.
Nice. Oh no. Damn, May 16th is popping too. Wow. Oh man, my sister's birthday is Sunday. Monday. Wow. Good Lord.
Yo, Miss Charlie, man, listen, oh God.
Look.
Bro, when I tell you Mama Bear ain't nothing to be messed up with, right?
Look, she needs to, okay. I ain't even gonna ask. I'm not even gonna ask. Well, I'll tell you what. It's quite clear what you're supposed to do. You can argue about it all you want. You can argue and take your stance all you want. But it don't mean you standing on the right platform. It really doesn't. You know, what you feel is right and what's right are two different things. And this is just, again, like I say, I'm a grown man. Okay, I'm not to be. First of all, I definitely ain't gonna be led by no women. And that's one thing you can count on. Now, I'm so sorry to tell y'all, but that's just my belief system. And and I guess if you don't agree, you don't agree. But I'm a Christian man, and I am not to be led by you. It's just really that simple. Now, you can get the following if you like, or you can hit the bricks. You can get the following or hit the bricks. Helpers.
You're too funny.
Red said helpers.
I know, right? It's like,
man.
It's like you even know what you are. Of course, because it's built into your DNA. Now, for those women who saying, "Oh my gosh, he sounds like a Neanderthal," no, because here's also what I believe is that I don't lead the house. See, I don't lead the house because it is best left to those things are best left to a mother.
You close that coffee.
I have to take a step back when talk about dealing with the children and dealing with the kids and punishment and all this other stuff. I have to defer to the queen. I really do. Because women know best in these areas. Do they not? They're the best mothers on earth. They're on planet Earth. So when it comes to the running of the house and dealing with the children and how we're supposed to maneuver and roll in that fashion, I don't lead in that. I don't lead in that area. I follow. And then I'll just end on this. Gossip is a sin. Gossip is a sin. It really is. Gossip is a sin. And talking about folk behind their backs, not in their presence, is a sin. And I don't listen to that mess. I really don't. You continue on gossiping, saying what you will, and I'll continue on my spiritual journey, leaving you behind. So, you women, if you don't stop flapping your gums, you're going to be by yourself. Learn that lesson.
Learn it. Stop flapping them.
Stop flapping your gums so much.
Flapping your flappers.
Stop flapping your gums so much. And men, get you some Instagram models.
Big fact.
Now that'll change all this, won't it? Won't it, AP? This will change all this mess.
Yeah, right.
We just, you know what we do? You don't do right, bad girl Nunu. You know what it is? You know what's gonna happen?
I don't never do right. Stop playing. Play with something safe. Don't play with me.
You do right. Oh, will you just cut it out? Will you just cut it out? Yes, you do.
No, I'm not.
Just because you complained about it doesn't mean you didn't do it.
Uncle Red, Bad Gal Nunu is not doing right ever. Trisha Newman may do right, but Bad Gal Nunu ain't never gonna do right. Get it straight, King.
Oh, that's right. I got you.
Never.
And I'm gonna shut up for today. I need to shut up. Because I don't want women to think I'm a Neanderthal. I really want you to tune in to hear my playlist next week. And let me put you to sleep.
Oh, this is so sweet. Oh, Mama Bear says sweet. I'm not sure what's going on, but you are a delight. I love you and I've never met you.
That's right.
Now, I mean, it's left in the show, you guys.
And my mama has realized over these years that she'll let me talk myself out. I'll get tired, and then I'll come back to reality at some point, I guess. Because the reality of the situation is truly, men like to chirp a lot too. But in reality, we have to go home and shoot. Women be cracking the whip on us men, and telling us what to do and yelling at us and telling us how terrible we are. Y'all start picking up a black man. Shit. Seven minutes left in the show. I do not believe it.
Went by pretty quick, right?
Yeah. Gotta add one to the schedule this afternoon, so
Chief Braiding Officer at Strands of Beauty. Stop wearing too tight braids. Come to where we do it right and not tight. Come to Strands of Beauty for experienced, trained braiders who specialize in protective styles such as tree braids, crochet braids, knotless, and more. Visit our website for current specials and book your appointment at www.strandsofbeauty.com. That is www.strandsofbeauty.com. Have questions? We love to answer them. Give us a call at 770-882-8156. If you're in Atlanta, Phoenix, Orlando, or Las Vegas, we do it right and not tight at Strands of Beauty.
I just want to say thank you to Food of Faith and Miss Trisha for preparing this wonderful meal for us.
Thanks, Food of Faith. Yeah, God bless Food of Faith.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Ms. Newman, how do you make such a positive impact in the community through Food of Faith?
I prefer to speak about those individuals that were unable to assist.
I understand. Elaborate.
There are so many people that are struggling and suffering right now. Amidst COVID-19, the homeless population has increased approximately 17% across the country.
I'm intrigued. Please tell me more.
Food of Faith is 100% hands-on.
Really?
All of the meals that are prepared in my kitchen.
I see. Where can I make a contribution?
You can go to our website, www.foodoffaith.net. Our social media platform is Facebook, and so it's the same thing, Food of Faith.
Right.
We can also be reached at 404-914-1675.
Ms. Newman, thank you for all you do and who you are.
You're welcome.
Your tickets now for the season's hottest ticket, the Back to Life, Back to Reality Music Festival, June 19th at Paul Battle Arena in Tunica, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Back to Life Music Festival in Tunica, featuring live Drew Hill, Silk, J. Ira, Vito, Trina, Zai, and more. The Back to Life Music Festival in Tunica, June 19th. Get your tickets now at B2LB2R.com. That's B2LB2R.com. Get your tickets at B2LB2R.com. That's B2LB2R.com.
We are your choice for mental health services. We provide
We're going in to say goodbye, you guys.
family therapy, assessments, depression counseling, anger management, and a host of other services. Our mission is to provide the standard and quality life in our communities by providing effective, affordable, comprehensive care to individuals and families impacted by addiction, mental health issues, and other problem behaviors. Our commitment to you, a professional, confidential, quality service to all those in need,
30 seconds to
regardless
goodbye.
of race, color, ethnicity, gender, or religious background. Restoring the Spirit can be contacted at www.restoringthespirit.com. www.restoringthespirit.com. Our number is 678-604-7458. Again, that number is 678-604-7458. Restoring the Spirit.
You are now in tune to the coldest show on the radio, APz Mid-Morning Mimosa.
APz Mid-Morning Mimosa, the coldest show on the radio. It is currently 58 minutes past the hour. Listen, I had an amazing day with you guys, but that's our time for today. But listen, before we get out of here, I got to give credit. We all have to give credit where credit is due, and big shouts out goes to Jaden Smith, you know, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's son. He started a restaurant, which is, I guess, in addition to his food truck, which was called I Love You. So he's starting a restaurant called I Love You Restaurant. Now, with the I Love You Restaurant, Jaden Smith is going to feed the homeless at his restaurant, give the homeless free meals. I thought that was super, super, super dope.
Yeah.
So with that being said, Uncle Red, let him know, my guy. Because we know Nunu ain't doing that for her community.
Whatever. You're so disrespectful. Food of Faith is always out here in these streets.
That's right. Food of Faith is standing in the gap. You can follow your boy Uncle Red on social media platforms, Facebook, the Gram, or Twitter at UNCLEREDTWOGO at Uncle Red to go. Nunu.
Yo, everybody, you done know this your girl, Bud Gal Nunu on the mic. As usual, thank you for tuning in. And please follow me on all social media platforms at BADGYALNEWNEWAP.
And of course, I'm your boy AP That Guy. You can follow me all over social media platforms at AP That Guy. I'd like to thank everybody for, you know, chiming in with us. Make sure you be back right here at 5 p.m. for APz Countdown Live, the hottest show on radio. Listen, until next time, it's been fun.
It's been real. We got to bounce.
But I got to go get my mama, I think, because she kind of stuck at the airport. Wow. We're going to figure it out. Peace.
We love y'all.
Good Lord.